KONDOSAN.
Once upon a time, in a faraway land, lived the Snowball family. Their daughter was named Clara and their son was Fritz. On New Year's Eve, Clara was very excited, so she couldn't fall asleep. She was eagerly waiting for the next day to arrive. Time was passing by so slowly.
Oh God, please hear my prayers. Let it snow tomorrow night and let me get a very nice New Year's gift.
Finally, New Year's came. They decorated the entire house and of course the pine tree in the living room. When Clara woke up in the morning, she couldn't believe her eyes. Her prayers had been answered as she was sleeping. It had snowed all night long. Everywhere was covered in snow. Both brother and sister were watching it snow from the window and waiting for their uncle to arrive. At last, Uncle Drosselmeyer was seen at the beginning of the road. You could tell even from far away that the big bag in his hand was full of gifts. He's coming!
He's coming, Mother! Uncle Drosselmeyer is coming!
And he has a huge bag in his hand.
I'm sure presents are in the bag.
Quick, open the door. It's cold outside. He must be freezing.
The kids welcomed him with joy.
Welcome, Uncle Drosselmeyer.
Welcome, Uncle.
Hello, kids.
The old man sat down immediately by the fireplace to warm himself.
Uncle, can you give me my gift now, please? I'm so excited I can't wait anymore.
Me too. Come on, Uncle.
Okay. I'm opening them right away.
Their uncle opened the gift bag and gave the large, beautiful box to Clara and the other one to Fritz. Clara, who excitedly opened the box, screamed with joy when she saw the Nutcracker soldier inside.
Oh, this is the best present I've ever got. Thank you.
I'm so glad you like it, Clara.
At that time, Fritz, who was watching Clara, quickly opened his own present. A large black mouse, dressed as a pirate, came out of his box. But Fritz didn't like his gift at all. He wanted Clara's gift to be given to him. He angrily threw the mouse on the ground, grabbed the Nutcracker from Clara's hands and threw it against the wall. His eyes were full of jealousy.
Fritz!
I want a Nutcracker too. I don't like this mouse at all. Why is Clara's gift better than mine?
Don't say that, Fritz. Your gift is nice too. It's very kind of your uncle to have thought of you and bringing you a gift. You're being rude, acting like this.
I don't care. I don't want this ugly mouse. Clara, who went to the spot where the Nutcracker fell, noticed that one of his arms had broken.
My dear soldier, I was gonna dance with you. What a shame. I didn't even get a chance to play with you yet.
Don't be sad, Clara. I'll fix him right away. He'll be as good as new. Don't worry.
Uncle Drosselmeyer immediately glued the Nutcracker's arm and fixed him.
Fritz, what you've done is not nice. I have many more soldiers. I was going to surprise you later, but you've now lost your chance.
Both angry and sad at Fritz's behavior, his uncle hid the box full of soldiers in a cupboard. But Uncle!
Let this be a lesson to you.
Ashamed of what he had done, Fritz knew there was nothing he could do. He hung his head in shame and went to his room. After midnight, it was their bedtime. As it was New Year's Eve, they were allowed to sleep so late, but the night was now over. Everyone wished one another a Happy New Year and went to their rooms.
Happy New Year.
Clara laid in her bed with the Nutcracker. As she was sound asleep, she heard some rattling noises downstairs. Curious, she went down to the living room. Downstairs, there was a battalion of mice, just like the pirate mouse that Fritz had gotten as a gift, wandering around and messing up the living room.
Clara! Clara, where are you? Come downstairs.
Clara knew that the pirate mice were looking for her, and she was very frightened. But after a moment, she realized there was no need to be afraid of a little toy mouse.
It's a little toy. What can it do to me? We can probably talk and sort things out.
She left the Nutcracker at the top of the staircase and went downstairs. And what did she see? The little toy mice were even taller than her. And not just the toys. All the furniture was also huge. Glancing around really fast, she realized right away what was going on. It turns out she had shrunk. She was teeny tiny.
Oh my God, what's happening? Why am I so tiny? I must escape before these mice catch me.
The mice kept getting closer to Clara.
We're capturing you, Clara. You're going to come with us to Mice Town. Don't resist. We'll catch you sooner or later.
Right then, all the toys in the living room came to life. Tanks, cannons, soldiers, baby dolls, and stuffed animals all headed towards the pirate mice. Clara found the only way was to go behind the gifts under the New Year's tree. Just like the other toys, the Nutcracker that came to life jumped from the stairs and started fighting the pirate mice. He was so brave. The soldiers that Uncle Drosselmeyer put in the cupboard also jumped down to help the Nutcracker. The pirate mice were suddenly shocked of such a strong defense and started retreating.
Run for your lives! We've been defeated! Help!
Clara, you can come out now. The pirate mice have run away. We've won.
Clara came out from behind the gift she was hiding of fear. Everyone was very happy because of this victory.
I was so scared, Nutcracker. You saved me from those pirate mice. Thank you very much.
The Nutcracker suddenly turned into a very handsome soldier and, bowing before Clara, invited her to dance with him.
Will you dance with me, Clara?
Oh, with pleasure.
They started dancing, and just at that moment, beautiful music spread across the living room. Small fairies were throwing flowers around. The flowers were magical, and Clara suddenly found herself wearing a beautiful ballerina outfit and ballet slippers. Clara had turned into a ballerina.
I admire you, Clara. How wonderful you do ballet.
Thank you. My biggest dream is to be a ballerina one day. Do you think I can be one?
I'm sure you're going to be a wonderful ballerina. Then the name of the melody playing right now will be called the Nutcracker Ballet. Whenever you hear it, think of me, Clara.
All the other toys were watching them in awe. Clara did ballet with the Nutcracker for hours. Spinning round and round on one foot, it was as if she was flying in the living room. But suddenly she heard a sound.
Clara, Clara, wake up, dear. It's morning already. So you've slept with the Nutcracker.
Good morning, Mother. I wish you didn't wake me. I was having a wonderful dream. I was dancing nonstop with the Nutcracker. I was a ballerina.
Really? Well, you must be tired after all that dancing. Come on, wash up. We're waiting for you for breakfast.
She really took the Nutcracker in her hands and started dancing with him. She still had the melody in her ear. It was as if the dream was real.
My handsome Nutcracker.
KONDOSAN. That day, Artist couldn't stand still because of excitement.
Yay! I'm so excited!
She was going to paint with her friend Zebra, only using shades of red.
What a great idea! We can paint everything red. I can paint beautiful flowers, or paint a beautiful autumn landscape, or maybe I'll draw shapes.
Artist wanted to check her materials one last time before she left the house.
My brushes are here. Here's my palette. My canvas is here. Here's my white paint. My red paint. What? Where? Here? Not here!
Suddenly, someone appeared behind her.
Artist!
Zebra! What's wrong?
Red? I don't have red paint.
Neither do I. Couldn't find any.
Who could have taken it?
Artist noticed red drops on the floor.
I think we can find out who took our paints if we follow the tracks over there.
Two friends followed the drops of red paint that led to the wolf's house. They found him with a bucket of red paint in his hand, painting the roof.
Hi guys, how are you?
We're not so happy. Wolf, you got our paint.
Give it back now!
How is it yours? I found this at your door. It seemed to me you had disposed of it.
No, we're gonna use it.
It's too late. This paint is mine. I need to paint my roof. I have some important guests tonight.
Give us back our paint!
Impossible.
It's ours.
Impossible. At least not today.
Not today. When?
When it snows red.
Red snow?
There's no such thing as red snow.
I'll give you back the paint when we get red snow, I promise.
You'll see. I know what to do.
The two friends hit the road again and arrived at the Snow Queen's castle.
Hello, Snow Queen.
Hello, Artist. Hello, Zebra. What are you doing here?
Artist explained what had happened, so she asked the Snow Queen for help to make red snow.
Red snow, huh?
You can do it right.
Of course she can. She's a Snow Queen.
The thing is, this job is a bit more difficult than you might think.
How so?
But it can be done.
Hooray!
First, we need some red paint. That's right. We don't have red paint. So let's collect all the red fruits we can find.
Together they set out for the gardens.
I'm picking raspberries.
I'm picking cherries.
Then I'll pick pomegranates.
The three of them dived into the garden separately. They picked so much fruit until their baskets were full.
That will be enough.
Hooray! The wolf will be surprised.
Let's start by mashing the raspberry first.
Artist filled the fruits into a bucket and started crushing them.
Okay, that's enough. Let's try it now.
Casting a spell, the Snow Queen sent the juices from the buckets onto the sky, and then it started raining.
Yes, it's red.
But it's not snow, it's rain.
the most delicious rain I've ever tasted.
I managed to make it rain on the first try. Let's try one more time.
Zebra and Artist crushed cherries this time. The Snow Queen once again sent the juice onto the clouds, but she tried to blow it this time.
Ouch! This is not snow.
Neither is rain.
Yes, it's hail.
At least a very tasty one.
Let's try one more time. We're getting closer and closer.
Artist and Zebra crushed the pomegranates this time.
I hope it works this time.
The Queen lifted the water into the air and blew it. She then commanded the wind with her hand, and finally, red snow started to fall.
Hooray! It worked!
It's snowing red.
Hooray! You'd better go before we run out of juices.
Now the wolf will see what it means to take our paint.
Together, they set out for the wolf's house.
Yikes! What's that? What's going on?
Wolf!
Artist? Red snow is falling! Do you see? Oh, Mommy!
It's also very tasty.
No, don't eat it! Don't eat it! What's going on?
Now you can return our paint, right?
Of course, take it. Please, take it now. I'm sorry. I will never take anything without permission again. But how can red snow be falling?
The Snow Queen, of course. What's wrong? You look scared.
But this is unfair.
Yay! Now we can paint.
But my roof is unfinished. My very important guests were coming in the evening. I wanted my house to look beautiful. I should have asked you for the paint. Then you would have shared it with me.
Don't worry, Wolf. Look, your house already looks beautiful.
Wow! It looks really beautiful. Thank you very much, my queen.
KONDOSAN.
It was a very cold and snowy New Year's Eve. Everyone on the street was in a rush to get somewhere. Some to their families and some to their warm homes. They were all wearing thick coats with scarves and gloves to stay warm in the freezing weather. On the corner of a street there was a little girl. Her dress was tattered and she was not wearing a coat, a scarf or gloves. In this bitter cold weather, the girl was shivering, taking little steps, trying to walk in the unsuitable slippers she had on. She was shy and somewhat thin, but still very beautiful. She carried a vending tray with a strap around her neck with many matchboxes in it. She was the match girl that always tried to sell matches on the street. On that freezing snowy night, while the little girl was struggling to walk, her slippers suddenly tore. She started crying and her tears blended with the snow.
What am I gonna do now? How am I gonna manage walking barefoot in the snow now?
Hopeless, she continued walking. She was now a barefooted match girl. She couldn't go home without having sold any matches.
I have matches! Matches! Would you like to buy some?
She sought shelter in a corner, sitting on the ground with her feet under her dress.
Doesn't anyone want to buy matches?
Her voice was barely audible, and she still hadn't sold a single matchbox.
Dear God, please let me sell these. I need to bring money to buy soup for Mother and medicine for Grandma.
The wind blew snow that covered her hair and got into her eyes. She was now freezing in that corner.
I have some matches.
There were only a few people passing by because it was really late. The match girl continued to shout, but her voice was weak.
Matches. I have some matches. Matches.
Her frozen fingers started to hurt.
If I could warm up a little bit, maybe I can stay a little longer. I'll light a match to warm up.
Her cold hands were not even able to hold the matchbox. She managed to light up a match. The small flame coming from the match was so warm that it felt really nice in her frozen fingers. She felt better having the warmth of that small flame. She closed her eyes and started dreaming.
Now I'm in a warm room. I'm warming up my hands and feet next to a stove. I also have a nice thick shawl over my shoulders.
The little flame coming from the match had made her dream. But when the flame from the match was put out, she was cold again. So she immediately lit another match. She thought that this was a good game to play. This time, she dreamed that it was a nice spring day and she was lying over daisies and making a crown out of them. The sun was so bright in the sky, warming her.
Let me gather some more to take home.
When she saw herself gathering daisies, the match was out again. She then lit another one, and one more, and one more. There was no limit to beautiful dreams.
And now I see a wonderful dinner table in front of me with so many different types of food. Oh, I'm so hungry. First I'll have some soup, some chicken too, and chocolate. Oh, and there's some bread too.
She was both dreaming and pretending as if she was eating the food. She had lit so many matches, and the snow had finally stopped falling. The stars in the sky shone brightly. She looked up, and a shooting star crossed over the sky. So she made a wish, as her grandmother had told her. If you ever see a shooting star, your wish will come true.
Dear God, may all my wishes come true.
Snuggled well in the corner, she fell asleep. But actually, her body had froze. The match girl opened her eyes in a warm and soft bed. The stove was burning.
Good morning, little girl. How are you?
A sweet old lady was looking at her from across, so she straightened up and sat in the bed.
Good morning. Am I dreaming? Is this real? Who are you? Where am I?
I saw you round the corner last night when I was driving home. A woman was crying next to you. So I went up to her and she told me she was your mother. Then we came together to my house.
My mother? Oh, I guess she got worried and came looking for me since it was very late.
We brought you here to my house. Your little body had frozen. I had to call a doctor in. Thank goodness I was not too late.
Thank you so much, madam. But where's my mother?
I have a wonderful surprise for you. Your mother and grandmother will be here in a little while.
Oh my, I'm so happy.
Me too, little girl. My house is so big and I'm really lonely. I talked it over with your mother. You will live with me from now on. Your mother will help me with the housework, and your grandmother and I will be friends and spend some time together.
Grandma was right. The wishes we make when we see a shooting star do come true.
You're a very good girl. Last night you struggled and went through a difficult time in order to bring some money home. You didn't give up. People should persevere in the face of difficulties and always be hopeful.
Grandma always says that life is full of surprises.
Of course, you will start school right away. You deserve to be happy.
I guess there are still very nice people in this world.
After that day, the match girl was never ever cold and lived a happy life.
KONDOSAN